Okay, we've all done this a million times. You see that little notification, you tap it, you read the message, you close the app. Simple. Job done.
But then you get back to your home screen, and what do you see? There it is, that stubborn red dot just staring back at you. And you know you cleared everything. So what is going on? Why is it still there?
Well, to really get this, we have to talk about a simple, kind of unspoken promise that software makes to us every single time we use it. I mean, the whole sequence should be totally straightforward, right? You see the notification, you open the app, you read the message, and then, the most important part, the badge disappears. It's this clean four-step deal we expect our phone to honor every single time. But, of course, reality doesn't always play by the rules. That simple promise gets broken, and you're left staring at, well, a glitch, that persistent dot. And look, if this sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone. It's something people report all the time. One user put it just perfectly. Badge is not gone after reading messages.
Yeah, and it's not just some minor one-time thing either. For a lot of people, it's this long-term annoyance. Like this one person who posted, "Ugh, mine has a 12. Been trying to resolve this for months." And sometimes the number just gets absurd. One user said they woke up to this on their app icon, 1,342. Can you imagine a whole phantom army of unread messages that just weren't even there? So yeah, this thing actually has a name. It's called a ghost notification. And a great way to think about it is, it's like the digital version of hearing someone call your name in a totally empty room. So what is actually going on here? The key to understanding this is to realize that what feels like just one single action to you is actually two completely separate conversations happening inside your phone. See, to your brain, the app and that little red dot, they're the same thing. They feel like they're part of one single system. You do something inside the app, and the result should show up on the outside. Simple cause and effect, right? But that's not how the phone's operating system sees it at all. To the system, these are two totally different parts that have to talk to each other just to stay in sync. And this is how it splits up the job. The app itself, that's the only part that actually knows you've read the message. But it's the phone's main operating system that's in charge of that red dot. And it knows absolutely nothing about your messages directly. Okay, so when you open the app and you read that message, that's conversation number one. It's a conversation that happens entirely inside the world of that one app. The app just updates its own little checklist from unread to read. But, and this is the important part, for that red dot to go away, a second conversation has to happen. The app literally has to turn around and tell the phone's operating system, hey, that thing you were telling me about, it's been handled. You can get rid of the badge now. And that's conversation number two. And this is where it all breaks down. For any number of reasons, a tiny network hiccup, a server delay, maybe just a small bug, that second conversation gets delayed. Or sometimes it just never happens at all. But that brings up a really good question, doesn't it? Like, why design it this way? Why not just, link them up perfectly? Well, the answer comes down to a very deliberate trade-off, a choice made for speed and efficiency. You see, your phone uses this thing called a push notification service. The absolute easiest way to think about it is like a central post office for all of your apps. So instead of every single app on your phone constantly screaming at the network, hey, got anything for me? Anything now? How about now? They all just use one super efficient delivery service. And using this one single channel for every alert is unbelievably efficient. In fact, it's pretty much the main reason you can get notifications from dozens of different apps all day long without your phone's battery just completely dying in a couple of hours. So this is the bargain that we've all unknowingly made. What do we gain? Much longer battery life and faster alerts. And what do we give up? The guarantee of a perfect, instant, one-to-one sync between the app and the home screen. We're basically trading perfect accuracy for overall performance. So when you understand that trade-off, that frustrating little glitch, that persistent red dot, it actually starts to make a strange kind of logical sense. Probably the best way to think about that red dot is that it's an echo. It's not a live status. It's the lingering sound of a notification that was delivered, but the cancellation message hasn't arrived yet. Yeah, it's not a live reflection of what's happening inside the app right now. And this is where the confusion comes from, right? Your brain, completely reasonably, thinks it's one single action. You read the thing, so the dot should vanish. End of story. But the system, all for the sake of that battery life and speed we talked about, has to successfully complete two separate actions. And sometimes those two actions just fall out of sync. So the next time you see that phantom notification, just remember, you're not going crazy. You're just seeing the gap between those two conversations. It's like a tiny visible crack in a system that's built for efficiency, not for perfect instant sync. This explains why the software behaved that way.